All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nerds of Legend. I'm Ben. Next to me is Will. On the other side is Brennan. Below Brennan is Joel, and below Will is Brian. And then below me are our characters. We haven't shown this art. We haven't shown this art for a while, which we should have been for a while now. So, just a couple things. Our next book is going to be Dune. We're by Frank Herbert. We're going to try just for part 1. We'll see how people are doing. We might go for part 2.
Already done with it.
Oh, yeah, totally. You did 20 hours worth of
already done with book 1.
Oh, shit. You've been
weird when you got
away.
your own office and you don't have to do shit.
Right. Yeah, so we're doing, it sounds like we're going to be trying to do part 1 and part 2 of Dune. There's 21 hours worth of books, so you should get started now if you're going to read it with us. Other than that, next week we're going to be talking about 1001 Nights. Not like Monday when I thought it was going to be. And I started the stream incorrectly and everyone looked like I had 3 heads. But other than that, Will you take us off?
Well, where we last left off our adventures, they all had just reignited the forge and had fought some troglodytes. Mm-hmm. And then you all were discussing more what the next move is. And I have now sent you guys crafting requirements, and sadly I don't think there's that much you can craft at this moment.
I don't think we have.
But if you would like to bring that up and see if there is anything.
Can I?
But I believe you guys are actually held back only on ingredients.
Yeah, the most we could get right now
couple gold costs
would be amulets of health.
Can I ask a little, like, I got that. Now, I haven't had a chance to watch the stream yet, and I'm sorry. But what was the forge, the list you sent us for the Forge Keeper stuff?
Yeah, that was the recipe list that is in the book that you all can make, and you are able to craft other items, and I will take any kind of... Like, if you give a good reason for the material working for it, it will cut down on gold piece cost. Okay.
So that's like the Amulet of Health. Now, some of these just say gold. I can just use the gold, right?
That's only the Amulet of Health that doesn't have ingredients.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw that. I was like super excited. I'm like, slap on some dragon scale, man.
That being said, I believe you guys do have one mithril ingot for the ones from the book.
Yes, so we could make mithril chain or mithril weapon if we so chose.
But that would involve you all taking 5 days, and right now you would have to have Akmos craft it. Should you though head back at some point, you can certainly get Vulcan to come over here.
Go back to Vulcan and be like, "Hey, forge is up.
Yeah,
bring your people."
I think we should go do some sheep farming and get that golden fleece. Mm-hmm. Looks like that's got a lot of pretty sweet uses.
Yeah.
Wing boost, here I come, baby.
Brian, if I remember rightly, did you find a bunch of armor last session as well?
I'm glad you asked. I did indeed find some stuff.
Look at me.
I don't know if you guys remember how exactly I got it, but...
I mean, none of us know about what happened unless we go and explore that cave.
Can you tell me, because I missed it, so...
should we Dungeon Master, would you like to have the honors of describing to them what I did?
Well, is this like an in-character you're telling them thing?
No, this is
Or is this for just player knowledge for Joel specifically?
this is for Joel.
Player knowledge for the moment. I'm going to come back to them after a minute or two.
Okay. Well, Mox, in a fit of rage, went down the elevator, trapped after killing a troglodyte. And he came out and he could smell his enemies still with their foul stench. And he sought them out. And he killed them.
Nose blind with just with the scent and smell.
Yeah, and he chased them down and killed them, the women and the children too.
Yeah.
Well, did he know they were women and children, or just because he couldn't see?
I
He
was the
was
blind
in
one.
quite a blind rage, but afterwards, I believe he definitely understood what he had done.
And thought, nice.
Kind of, yeah. I was all like, well, fuck them. They shouldn't have made me so mad.
Yes.
Joel,
I like the incel rage you have. Well, it's their fault they pissed me off.
Joel, are you electric shaving your face with?
The entire Discworld, yes, because that is what I need.
I was like, I see continents on it.
Yeah, it is. This is the Great Atuin, and then the disc is all I have left to paint. And then
Nice.
I will be done. And it will go on my wall of unnecessary dorkiness.
Yeah, so Brian murdered a village. And
Well done,
not
Brian.
not just the women, but the children. Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Not just
I hate them.
I hate them.
They bleed red, and red is the color of mad.
Yeah. So
I hate them almost as much as I hate sand.
yeah, we basically we're down in the forge and we're like,
Of course,
Should we-
it gets everywhere.
should we go?
It's in his hair.
We were down in the
Like-
forge and we're like, should we do something about that or just let that kind of run its course? And we all decided to kind of just let it run its course.
Best not to pick.
Did
that
you know this entire party did not originally identify as true neutral, but now we do? They're like, are we going to let him? It's a lot of work to go down there. Just let him kill himself out.
I mean, is general laziness? Does that change alignment?
I feel it does in this case because we have let Mox do a lot of shit.
Well, you don't know what happened technically, like character
He
wise.
knew.
He came back with some more of the, I believe it was adamantine pieces.
I have
Doesn't come
an
back
adamantine short sword, an adamantine spear, a mithril breastplate, and a mithril ringmail set.
That's what it
Let's-
was.
Let's be fair. When Mox came back, there's no way he wouldn't be flecked with blood.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Can
gonna be
I
all
start
over.
prestidigitating him when he gets up? So we
It's
don't
just like
continue?
flash dance where it's just like you pull down the rope and it's like,
Oh no! it's like if Carrie. At the end
I'm
of the
panic
movie,
scrubbing as fast as I can to get it
Oh,
off.
actually, for Joel's knowledge too, this entire time he was transformed into a bull.
Oh yeah, a giant bull.
Who was? Mox or
Mox.
myself?
Mox.
Oh, like full on bull? Not just like
Yeah.
a minotaur, like full on bull.
Full on.
oh bull.
That's great. Just balls swinging in the back, huh?
Yep.
That
yep.
kind of bull.
Genitalia too.
So Brian,
Big old bull dick.
what does Mox wish to do with the spoils?
About it. Coin purse.
He will come back, and he smells, by the way, absolutely terrible at this moment. Like, because he had to go rummaging through, essentially their pit of garbage to like get this stuff.
Basically,
So he smells
like a charnel house.
horrible.
Is it noticeable, the smell?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No, of course.
Can I prestidigitate as much as I can of it off in the attempt to get the blood off so he doesn't see himself and beat himself?
You attempt to negate it, but it's so ingrained in him currently that he automatically fails all stealth checks. until he takes a bath.
Yeah. Yep.
So when you say Mox might beat himself,
Yep.
uh,
It's like he caught his dick walking in the house at 2 a.m.
Yeah. By the way, DM, just for my memory, who got poisoned by the Death Hounds? Was it just or diseased by the Death Hounds? Was it just Akmos?
Yes,
Okay.
just Akmos.
Because I'm level 5 now, and I have lesser restoration.
oh, I see what you did. You brought it back up just so you could fix it and look cool.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just go. I point up. I walk up to Akmos and go, boop, and he's now feels a lot better.
And then I go, like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
What? I think that's more unsettling than Brian's big bull ball.
What,
Yeah.
you didn't see the
And the
commercials?
squeaky giant.
Yeah.
Just boop.
So that's a spell slot.
So our plan is to go back now, and we're going to tell Vulcan that shit's turned back on.
Oh yeah. So sorry, Mox. Your entry back into the forge area.
Yes. I'm going to distribute the spoils, but if nobody wants any of the stuff that I have, I'll just hold on to it to sell.
I myself.
That breastplate?
Yeah.
Are you going to be keeping that?
I do not wear any armor.
It's like I myself could do with an upgrade to my chainmail.
I don't. I could be using myself a little bit of an upgrade as well. So what do you have there?
We have the mithril breastplate, and we have a mithril set of ring mail.
Ooh.
I'm looking over at Spiros. Which one do you want?
I'll take the ring mail.
I was thinking the breastplate would suit me fine. So if you're all right with that, do you want something for trade? Or money?
Any contribution you may have to helping me restore my father's ancestral weapon would be greatly appreciated.
We will.
How much is that going to cost? Or are we in the process of finding something? I might be missing something.
You're gonna need to find some items, and I believe it was 20k in the end.
Pretty penny.
I think
something
we're
like
in
that,
for
yeah.
I think we're in it for the whole quest, don't you think?
We will do our
Indeed.
best to help with. Continue helping in the. And was that mithril ring mail or chain mail?
Ring mail.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So mithril breastplate, yeah. But in the moment, you want some gold or something for it? Or just put it in the coffers for the overall gold?
I would be fine with putting it in the coffers for now.
Very well.
We can agree then. I'm going to take 200 gold and put it aside in a pouch. Toss it over to Mox.
Okay, I'll hold on to that.
Yeah, we could start with that.
Well, shall we go and bring the good news to your grandfather, Max?
Yes, it sounds like we are well on our way to
Did you add
making the
it?
prophecy. Yeah, it's
Added
it.
your... Okay, good.
Just to remind you all, just because you are out in the Mithril Mountains, that is where the Necropolis is located. But it's just travel time. Either way.
Oh.
This means I lost my disadvantage for stealth check.
Can we just take... perhaps we should rest and recover, and then...
Can we at least do it outside?
I would like to at least visit the waterfall. I feel like a
Yes, you
bit of
do.
a pigsty.
I am a corpse, and
I
you
am-
somehow smell worse than me, which is surprising.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm absolutely sick of being underground. So I'm fine with with taking a rest, but let's do it outdoors,
Aye.
preferably by the waterfall. I'm gonna use my mage hand to like pinch
And
my
then
nose.
as we make our way out, I'll be like, "Friend Salamander, we must take our leave, but be assured that we will be sending you some company soon that would be better than some dogs and troglodytes."
If you're still here.
I should be. I will await your return, or whoever is sent.
Well, leave a note if you end up going back to your home. Give me an address for us to visit.
And we'll just come up with like a code word to give to Vulcan to be like, I'm not going to come up with one, but just say like, this guy is...
Salamander's
For him to show it's him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like letting the salamander know that this guy's on the level or whatever. So
The salamander also teaches you to say dragon in Dwarvish, which is the passcode to use the elevator without harm.
oh, we're supposed to roll for some harm on Mox to get back down here?
No, I assumed he, not knowing the password, wouldn't have done it, and had used the rope again.
Oh, right.
Especially given he basically jumped down there, if I remember
I
correctly.
forgot.
I love it when Mox loses his shit. It just acts like a complete sociopath. That's my favorite.
He tends to like take care of problems that would have like shown up again for us later.
But it's like,
Very true, very true.
I just like the fact that he's like, oh, mildly inconvenienced? Fuck everyone.
All right.
I guess that's a
like, I don't know why people are so out of control.
So
that's probably a good spot to remind you, DM, that I'm going to, on our way out, collect my hides that I have tanning and whatnot.
I forgot about that.
You have, I believe it was 2 of them.
Yep.
2 troglodyte hides.
And I'm going to wrap one of them, the hides around the stink sack.
Okay. And I'm sure now that you have access to the Mithril Forge, you will think of some way that these can be useful.
Yeah.
So you guys take a long rest, I assume.
Yeah.
When we get outside.
Ooh. Camping out at the base of the waterfall.
Yeah.
Mox showers, bathes, however you want to count it. Then where do you guys go next?
Well, as long as we're in the mountains, shall we check out the necropolis?
Clarification, that's the DragonLords.
Yes.
Tombs, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna be. I'm feeling a little weird. You know, these are gonna be our old. I think we'll see people we knew.
Most likely.
Yes, it would be the tombs of these people.
I wonder what they'll have put for me if I was there. I think I'd be upset if they didn't have one to me. At least like a plaque or something.
Well, going by my track record.
Caitlin actually speaks up and says, yeah, there's one for each of the DragonLords, even those who had not passed or their body was unrecoverable.
So who did it say was the rider of Phosphorion? Is there one for that? That was a damn good dragon.
She had a rider.
She
That's
fucking had a rider. I remember. But I sort of remember.
Are we really going to do this again?
Yes. Yes, we are. The entire walk here. So,
We all
back
know.
to you. Yeah. Well, okay.
I'm assuming there isn't one for any crystal shield.
No, not that. I remember when I had visited.
Very well. As I suspected.
Now, just curious, because I've been traveling with him constantly. Do I remember, is there like any moments where I get like a glimpse of his life? Because like this was supposed to be like my closest friend. And like.
No, you don't remember him at all, but he has continually said things that.
Yeah, I know. I believe him now. But I'm also equally confused as to like what the fuck. Like I believe he was a dragon rider. I just don't believe he was that dragon rider.
Yeah. You don't remember, like you remember the entire order, but you don't remember him being a part of the order.
Do I
you don't remember his specific like sect of the order?
His dragon.
Yes, his dragon you remember, his other like order members you remember, but you don't remember him or his order.
Do I get like a headache when I start like really trying to think about it?
Definitely. You can feel it start to form when you're just like focused on it.
That makes me so happy. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's like I can sit there and roleplay like I'm looking at him as he's telling a story and I just get a splitting headache.
Well, I think, thinking for Ceopheles can just sometimes have that effect, though.
Yeah.
Ceopheles is actually really smart, so fuck off. Nope, I lied. He's mediocre. No, he's got a 13.
It's like, ow!
He's got a 13. He's not like he's walking around chewing on his sandals.
No, not about you, but I know my wisdom's in the shitter. My intelligence is +2, so...
I got a +1 on intelligence and wisdom and a +3 for charisma, dexterity, and strength. Everything else is good, but not the ones with the brainy stuff.
Not the brainy ones. So while you guys are journeying, Caitlin leads you through to a well-maintained path that is not very well traveled. It leads through the Mithril Mountains, and you guys encounter a scene that, well, actually, given you're all traveled, you've seen them before. Massive stone arms that reach out of the ground, dwarfing anything around for miles at times, short of the mountains themselves. These arms are motionless and seem to have no purpose, but you all know them as the arms of Kentamane. The Dragon Riders or the Dragon Lords of old, you even remember times where it moved and attacked you. But these seem to be inactive at current.
Would I know that would I be able to tell that they're inactive, or am I going to be jumpy around these?
I'd say a certain level of jumpiness would always be maintained, as you have, like, actively fought them at times. But right now, they are, like, unmoving, just where they are.
Can I get a, like, knowledge check just because I want you to tell me more of the lore of the arms?
How big we talking? Like tree size?
But I mean, short of that, there isn't much more lore. It's just.
Yeah, well, I got a natural 1, so I think they're trees.
How big are we talking? Are they like tree sized?
Yeah.
Larger giant than trees by a lot.
So they're like building size or like bigger?
Building size. They vary in size slightly.
Holy shit, there's more than 2?
Yeah, it's
the arms, plural.
Yeah, 2 arms is fucking plural. I just thought it was 2 arms. I didn't think it was a forest of arms.
Yeah.
Lots of arms. And I mean, Akmos also knows that they can move, although you probably haven't seen one move.
But I've seen these, right? Move.
You have had them swipe at your armies.
Oh.
Trust me, boys.
Just
I know.
swafting them away.
Right. So is there any other way we can go? Caitlin, is there any other way we can go? Because these are fucking terrible.
Yes, but
And
you'll come across these anywhere, really, especially within the Mythor Mountains. And
I feel like we could have just gone through the mines of Moria. And off we go. Sorry, I'm imagining this like very similar to a token.
I don't think we're in any danger right now.
Mox just
But
goes up
if you'd
to them.
like, we can find a different path.
I'm watching Mox as Mox is doing this, and if he touches it, I'm going to mage hand slap him.
I'm just gonna start walking through like it's no big deal.
Well,
I'm going to try to stealth through, like full on tippy toe crawl. Like,
Okay. Don't alert the statues. Got it. Give me a stealth.
Yep. 16.
we don't have
For the first
disadvantage
time.
on. We don't have disadvantage on stealth anymore.
I know, fucking love
true,
Mithril.
I was
Okay.
willing to take. I was willing to take the AC cut just for that.
Mine actually maintained. I was on the same, so yay.
Oh. Well, you have to deactivate your other set.
What are you talking about? I took it off.
Oh, what did you have on?
Scale mail.
Oh, okay. I had chains, so
So after a while, you notice while you're following the path, it becomes quieter and quieter. Then you finally notice there's no bird calls, no insects, no animal life at all. Even the sound of the wind is missing in the dead air. It grows colder as the path gains height, and a light covering of snow begins to coat the path. The path is narrow and treacherous. Just past the edge, the ground falls away for hundreds of feet.
Are the arms still everywhere?
The arms are becoming less apparent now.
So they're like way behind us?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Like the last arm you guys saw was probably about like a mile.
okay.
So they're still pretty close, but not that. Okay.
So we're just like there's less animal life around because we're getting higher up in the mountains. Is what you're saying?
I literally was hearing when he's like, there was no bird calls. I was like, and the arms start slapping at you.
No.
Right.
Bitch.
Given that there's no animal life or anything like that, you might even say that this is the path of least resistance.
I hate it.
Oh.
I'm equally impressed and disgusted with that. Like, well done. So what do we
Caitlin
see?
actually informs you guys that
Path of least resistance.
no, it's called the Path of the Dead.
That makes it
And
sound worse.
that deep within the valley, the reason it's called the Necropolis is because there's a large amount of skeletons, some say minotaur skeletons, and specters.
Interesting.
So it would be best to not stray from the path, as the path is safe.
Okay. We'll continue on our way then.
Okay. Eventually, you guys do reach the ancient necropolis. It stands before you, jutting out of the mountain. It is awe-inspiring in both size and splendor. Although ice and snow obscure some of the details, you all can see from this distance that a lone bridge extends out to a cross-section seemingly floating above the valley below. From there you can see a number of tombs, or you assume as such. And then just beyond this cross-section of tombs, you see a grand pyramid. Not like as big as, pyramids of Giza and stuff, just so we're clear, but still much grander than the sets of tombs you see in front. The canyon. Yes?
Go ahead. No, you were still describing. I thought you were done, so I was going to take an action.
The canyon is still shrouded in this eerie silence. The only sound that can be heard are your feet crunching through light layers of frost and the snow on the paved path. And it leads out to this bridge, which is about like half a mile long.
Does the bridge look like rickety, or does it look like this is a well-maintained, well-traveled bridge?
And this is a stone bridge.
The one going out to the like small tombs?
The tombs, yes.
Okay, well then I'm gonna cross. I am like driven with like a fascination to see that, like, to see what's there.
Well, as you all start to approach, now I will share.
Ooh.
You all can see in this on this bridge, you see a lone figure standing about half the distance from you and the tombs now.
Should I zoom in? Yes. We're gonna
Yeah, I'd zoom in on like you guys more.
Yeah.
But and before you all see this figure and you feel just immediate tightening of your chest. But Caitlin speaks up and goes, "It's okay. He's just the groundskeeper. You've nothing to fear."
Do we recognize the groundskeeper or no?
From this distance, no, not at
I
all.
would like to go up.
Okay. So you all approach.
Just me.
Do you want to turn, like, let me know what order you guys want to be in?
Does everyone go up or just...
Oh, yeah, we'll keep moving up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, friend.
I'll bring you guys close.
Why is Farron, like, cockeyed?
Everyone's cockeyed.
Oh.
It's because I have
you rotated
triangles
the
for
map.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, friend. I'm yelling to the caretaker.
Well, as you start to get closer, you actually recognize the garb that they're wearing. That looks to be the exact same robes that Damon used to wear. The right hand of Xander. And should you yourself had not somehow lived for 500 years, you would have been a little confused as to how a human could have lived for so long.
Is it Damon? Do I recognize it?
Once you start getting closer through the flurries, you notice the face is not of Damon as you once knew him, but that of... Well, it shares similarities, but ultimately...
You could tell it's a relation.
That of an undead.
Why do you wear
Not
the
like
face
the
of-
one in your party who has more pristine appearance.
Yeah. Crystally
So this is a
undead. Like
undead.
undead. Yeah.
Like, Caitlin, they're not supposed to be undead.
Well,
yet,
I
right?
assume Spiros would know the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was for both DragonLords.
Yeah, they're not
Why-
supposed to be undead here as caretakers, right?
Why do you wear the garb and face of Damon?
He looks at you and just extends his hand, seeming
That's
to
not an
wait.
answer at all. It's just creepiness.
Is this a bridge toll
Caitlin
thing?
speaks up. He refuses to speak with anyone standardly.
What? What do you mean standardly?
Well, he hasn't spoken to anyone. He just accepts the token of passage, and she kind of like reaches into a bag and she pulls out a coin and she goes to hand it to him, and he takes it and then he steps aside. And motions for you all to pass.
Evil, or is this like he just is okay with guarding?
He seems to just be guarding.
I want to look into tent.
I would actually like to use my divine sense because it says I can detect good and evil.
That's better than what I was going to.
Okay. Divine sense, doesn't that actually though just detect certain types of creatures?
It says
not
as
their
an action you can detect good and evil. And then it says until the end of your
okay.
next turn you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. So
Okay.
it tells me it says
good and
detect good and evil.
So you sense that he is good. He is undead. A very powerful undead. Your days of yore, I'd say, you would have experienced at least one. You would say he's a lich.
Ooh.
So he could speak with you, but he seems uninclined.
I'm going to take off my helmet and get really close to him. And be
Yeah.
like, what happened to you?
Did you take on this fate willingly?
Piss him off.
I remember when I met you back on my island, which I can't remember my own name. Back when Nori was just a tiny little turtle.
He just looks
What
at
brought
you.
to this fate?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even like a nod, a shaking the head, nothing.
Nope, nothing.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and be like, thank you, my friend. I don't know why you don't speak to me, but thank you for guarding our brethren. I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. Then you guys come across an archway, and you see a very large slab that seems to be
This map is so much fun.
thank you. I had to make it by hand.
Holy shit, really? I love it.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
This makes me even more impressed.
I did make it in Incarnate though, but yes, I had to make it.
Damn, dude.
That's fucking
Because-
great. I love it.
The original tomb of Telamok does not accurately portray your party.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's a little color coordinated. Very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you enter a large circular room with this massive stone slab, and this massive tomb seems to dwarf the others kind of in its size, but
Is that the center one?
not height. Yeah, that center.
Did you draw that too?
Yes, I drew that one.
That's fucking wonderful. I love that.
And
I do. That whole thing is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You drew my sigil.
I did.
I love it. That makes me so happy.
At each of the four corners that you guys have already taken note of, you see mosaics inlaid into the stonework, depicting each of the sigils of your order, except for one which is largely blue, with but a few stones of yellow in it. And in the center, on this massive slab, you actually can see depicted Balmitria, and I don't want to mess up his name just because I'm not looking at it. Hold on. Xander? Xander, yes. And I also have just that image for you all. Let me go back to uncategorized.
I am legitimately impressed with the work. Like, it is wonderful. This makes me super
So you can
happy.
blow that up as much as you would like, or why is it not showing anything?
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Hold
There's a
on.
word there.
Oh, wow. I like that you made it absolutely massive. That's so fun.
There you go. For the class. Nice.
Very nice.
And
Very nicely done.
Very well done.
You know, sometimes
thank you.
I forgot how big that dragon was. Because in my head, I think I remember it as a lot smaller, and Xander so much bigger. But I forget the purport. Time does funny things to the memory.
Caitlin kind of speaks up and she says, like, that was more to actually see him on it, is what's believed, that she actually was much bigger than him in that image.
When I met him, I was a small child, and I thought, that's the biggest man I've ever seen. And I don't think I ever changed that view.
He was certainly bigger than all of us.
So do I have any idea what's going on with the one that's like the sigil that's kind of like wiped out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the shield to the shields of the sea, and I'm going to literally just sit there and kind of like collapse right in the middle of it. Not collapse.
To get a
like,
better
I'm
view
gonna
of
go to
that
my
one, if you'd like, Joel.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I clicked that right. You can see just that corner of the one you are inspecting, Spiros.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look quite familiar to you. Even with that little bit you can see.
Can I pull up can I like grab my ion stone that's orbiting my head and look at it?
Mm-hmm. Comparatively, you see it would almost be an exact match for what little is shown for the top quarter of your own sigil. It looks as though it was started
and not finished,
and then unfinished and filled in with blue.
What do you know of this one, Caitlin?
And she kind of looks at it.
And what do you make of this?
She looks at your symbol, and she looks at the ground, and she was like,
Did I hear this while he's talking?
I remember this just being blue over here. This is the...
Who?
It's strange. Two of the tombs belong to members of... who were they? If I remember correctly, it was Valencia and Kyra of the Chromatic Blades, and Jasenka and Rizon of the Shining Spears. They just put them over here for balance, along with the dragon you've said is yours, Phosphorius.
Does she say anything that sounds weird to me? Because I knew these people personally. Like, I'm like, that's not what they were in. Or do I not?
You distinctly remember them being parts of the Chromatic Blades and Shining Spears, respectively.
But my head
did ride gem dragons. So
I'm going to pull out my...
As I'm looking, do I get like a splitting headache now?
Not a splitting headache, but the more you think about it, the more one grows.
Ceopheles, come here. Now.
You could ask nicer, you know.
No.
Yes, no, try again. Decency is
Assume
for
everyone
all time.
goes.
Ceopheles, I am not in the mood.
You never are. So, okay, we'll go over.
You never look at me dirty.
Look into my eyes.
You just flip me over and do whatever.
I'm going to show him the sigil on my ion stone, and I say, look at the floor.
Yeah, it's, so you've got to, pardon.
Look.
Hold on, I am looking. Stop rushing. Calm yourself. I'm going to struggle as hard as I can to, like, remember what this is. Because I'm like...
nothing.
Nothing at all. Like,
it looks like you see the resemblance of the other sigils of the order, but ultimately it does not look the same.
I'm going to go in there.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just walking. I'm, like, going this way. I don't care about anything else right now.
After this,
I'm going this way.
If you were really a dragon rider, you're going to go and pay respects to those of my clan, right?
Yes.
All right.
You see that this bridge extends and then leads to 5 tombs.
I am
at the very end of the bridge. You all can see a mural similar to what was on Belmitria's tomb. But there does seem to be a large crystal jutting out of it, breaking through the mural itself.
Oh.
Can I do a perception check specifically to see if it's the same type of crystals that are coming out of, that are all over Spiros here?
It does not appear to be the same. These are more of a purple hue. whereas his are, I believe, yellowish in tint.
Now, do I still remember that, like, Phosphorian was written by the person, like, that was my closest friend? I remember
You
that.
remember Phosphorius having no rider.
That wouldn't make sense.
So
Can I infer that she did?
Can I touch the crystal? I want to touch
So-
the crystal.
quick question for Spiros. Do you even look at the other tombs currently?
Oh, I'm going to look as I pass.
You were a dead sprint. You just launched yourself at that crystal, didn't you?
Okay.
I also want to touch the crystal. Can we do it at the same time? As we say, Wonder Twin powers activate.
Okay, well, I won't move the whole party right now because I have to move you all individually. But you will see the first tomb on Spiros's left is the tomb of Jacenna, oath sworn to Narsi. Underneath the plaque, it says, "This tomb lies waiting for when Jacenna Ventrak returns to her oath and makes up for her betrayal at the Castle of Dreams. This tomb awaits Narsi, the Honorable, lost in the Great Disappearance."
Caitlin, what does the Great
To-
Disappearance mean?
I will get that once I'm done reciting all these. To the right, it says the tomb of Rhizon, oath sworn to Valen. Here lies Rhizon Phobos, who was lost fighting the undead hordes of Lutheria in the destruction of the Castle of Dreams. This tomb awaits Valen, the dragonsmith, lost in the Great Disappearance. And the next set.
Listen to him, it means I'm done babysitting her, right?
So while I'm reading this and I see the Great Disappearance, I'm going to look to Caitlin, and does that mean that there could be more of us around?
Potentially, but that's when all of the dragons disappeared.
Right, I understand that, but all of the, like, so we might not truly be the last, is what you're telling me.
Well, actually, I believe two of your order specifically
My order.
had. Yes, they had left.
What do you mean? left? As
I
in
don't remember
order,
the.
or they left.
They went to go protect something, I believe. It's on their tomb that still awaits for them.
I am
You
out.
go
I go.
look
I
to
go.
that.
You run over there. Okay.
I bolt
So
over to
I
mine.
will jump back to you in
That's
a little
fine,
bit.
that's fine.
I was like, go
Because
see to your
mostly I already
people.
have this one popped up.
No, that's fine. Finish this one. But I now am like obsessed with what's going on with mine.
And then there's the tomb of Kyra, oath sworn to Vekan.
What?
Better not be
Here
Vecna.
lies Kyra, the kind gnome who was lost fighting the undead hordes of Lutheria in the destruction of the Castle of Dreams. Here lies Vekan, the Sky Viper, who was lost fighting the undead hordes of Lutheria in the destruction of the Castle of Dreams. And that was the left. I don't remember if I said that.
Yeah, that's fine.
To the right, there is the Tomb of Valencia, oath sworn to Armon. Here lies Valencia Brightsong, the Azamar Dragonlord, who was lost fighting the undead hordes of Lutheria in the destruction of the Castle of Dreams. And it also says, here lies Amon, the Quartz Defender, who was lost fighting the undead hordes of Lutheria in the destruction of the Castle of Dreams. Do you read Phosphorius's tomb before you touch the crystal?
Yes.
The tomb of the great crystal shield Phosphorius. Here lies the mortal remains of one of the brightest dragons of us all. The crystal shield that sought to protect the entire order. They lost their life in attempting to take down Lutheria in her own domain, the Castle of Dreams, destroying it in the process and dealing the Lady of Dreams a blow she would never recover from. May she be whole once more someday.
I'm going to touch it.
As you touch the crystal, it begins to glow, ever so slightly, and then disintegrate, leaving a hole where it once was in the painting, but you might be able to open this door as it is not held shut.
I'm opening it.
When you open it, first and foremost, you see in the center a large, ornate, tablet, just like above Belmitria's, but without the imagery that it had. You also see a number of crystals jutting out of the room.
Can I tell anything? Or other than just there's crystals everywhere?
There's just crystals everywhere, and the
Slab.
slab itself, which you assume underneath it are the remains of Phosphoria.
Do I see any way to move the slab?
It would take immense strength to do so.
Well, all right then.
My head
Excuse me.
My head immediately snaps around, and I'm looking at Mox and Akmos, who I assume didn't run off.
Did not run off.
I
Help,
believe I'm still within yelling distance.
help me.
Caitlin actually speaks up at that point, and she goes, "So you're aware, I don't know which ones are, but a number of the tombs themselves are consecrated against grave robbers.
I
Though I don't think
wish
you will take
to
anything."
know.
What'd you say?
I want to know.
Okay, just informing you.
Could I make any sort of tinker, artificer related check for traps?
Yeah. Give me a... I guess you'd prefer probably an intelligence-based kind of trap finding.
That would be nice.
Yep, and you will be proficient with it. Basically a tinker check.
Okay. 13.
13. You detect no traps.
Looks safe to me. I'm gonna knock on it like a used car salesman. Looks safe to me. This baby
Help
will hold
me.
All right. All 6 arms.
All right. What do
I
we
will
need?
also assist.
Okay. I'm just gonna have all of you roll it together, and group effort. Kind of triple advantage.
I'm assuming this is a athletics check.
Athletics is most accurate.
18 for me.
18.
18.
That's a total of 20.
22.
Damn, he is determined. Yeah, so I mean, you guys have no issue altogether, like, lifting this. And then, you don't have anywhere to really put the slab. So Akmos and Mox, you kind of hold it up for him. Given your guys' increased height, it's
You can get, like, brace it
to see inside.
Yeah.
And Spiros, inside you see this. You see skeletal remains of a dragon. You see a number of crystals and crystallized scales, which you recognize. But you notice one detail about this skeleton. It is missing its head.
It's a massive detail.
Yeah. And also, where it seems to have been disconnected, you see a number of crystals forming, which look similar to the one that was at the door.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of deep, blackish purple.
Can I, like, hold my ion stone up to my ear?
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I heard her voice before from it when I first got it, right?
Yep.
Can I hear anything?
Yeah, you hear, whereas before it was very light, very distinctly, clearly you hear Phosphorius talk to you and say, "Seek your daughters." And that's all.
And I'm gonna
You remember no daughters.
Yes, I was gonna say I don't remember that either. So those 4 names that were mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
do I know those?
The
Narcy and Vacan.
Yeah, you remember all
That's my order, right?
8 names
Yeah, 8
listed.
names.
They were all members of your order.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna get back out of the tomb. Like, let it close.
And the door shuts once more.
Can you send
So
me
it
that
does have
list
a
of
hole in it.
names later?
I actually have already posted in the streaming table chat.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's so you both are aware, a full display of everyone who is a member of the DragonLords.
Okay.
And I think we'll let Spiros decompress that information a little bit.
I'm gonna like sink to my knees
Head on over to Ceopheles.
and just like sit down, like lean against the tomb. It's like, see to Ceopheles.
I'll walk over to Ceopheles.
Okay. You guys will arrive shortly after then, whoever goes. Ceopheles, so you're heading down your hallway. You're going to want to click him. Yeah.
I'm reading.
You're reading them? Okay.
I'm reading what they said.
To the right, you see the tomb of Meridian, oath sworn to Thulmares.
Filmara.
This tomb awaits Murden, Marshborn, the Elven Dragonlord, should their body be returned to Thalia again, after their departure with the world turtle. This tomb awaits for... How'd you pronounce that one again?
Which one was it?
Felmarius. Of the deep. Should their body be returned to Thalia again after their departure with the world turtle.
I'm going to spin and read the other one. As soon as, like,
Yep.
I'm doing it like a panic now. Like,
You're doing it as fast as possible.
Yeah, like, I need, like...
That one says, the tomb of Nereus, oath sworn to
Hylorian.
This tomb awaits Nereus, Aelswir, the elven dragon lord, should their body be returned to Thalia once again after their departure with the world turtle. This tomb awaits Hylorian, the crab breaker, should their body be returned to Thalia again after their departure with the world turtle. And next set.
Generis on Gygus. So, and then Bob. Bob on Gerum.
Yeah, so there is
All the same. All with the world.
the tomb of Generis, oath sworn to Gygus. This one says, here lies Generis, Gordsmith, the human dragon lord who passed away peacefully in their sleep. And here lies Gygus, the mutant, who was past, eventually succumbing to his deformities from the Nether Sea.
Okay. And then the last one.
The tomb of Bob, oath sworn to Garrus. This is the tomb of Bob Stronghammer, the dwarven dragon lord who was lost during Estor's great assault. This tomb awaits Garium, the runt lost in the great disappearance.
I'm gonna. Can I open the door to Bob's tomb?
Yes.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to take out 15 gold pieces and put them on the tomb. And I'll be like, as promised, I've paid my debt. Rest ye well, brother. And I will, salute and relieve.
Okay. So you're aware, and this will go for all of the tombs, kind of their just base description. In front lies what appears to be some kind of coffin for the Dragon Lord themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is ornate and kind of depicts some battle for them specifically. And then there is the same kind of slab that was in Phosphoruses.
Okay. I don't try to mess with it. I just do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go to the other one. And just you don't have to go there. I'm just going to go to the other one and say the same thing.
Okay.
So
that's 30 gold you lose.
No, I'm not putting gold on that one.
Oh, okay.
This was Generis. Right?
Yes, Generis.
Yeah. Generis. I'm gonna, rest well, sister. Generis was a girl. So, and then leave, and then go to the back door.
And then on the back door, you see a grand mural again.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you clicked it.
Of nothing.
Here, hold on. I think if I just reshared it, okay, it's not going to bring it to the front. You're going to have to minimize the map or move it.
There you go.
But you see the tomb of Ceopheles, oath sworn to Norianthus. Yes. Too long of a name. Too many vowels. And then underneath that, it says on the plaque, "This tomb stands empty, awaiting the fate of Ceopheles, leader of the Shields of the Sea, protector of the Cerulean Gulf, and champion of the Oracle Versi, who was lost at sea. This tomb awaits the remains of Nori, the final dragon who, after returning from the loss of their lord, continued to support the DragonLords until they were lost at sea, sacrificing themselves for Estor."
Bastard.
I'm gonna.
Is a
I'm
bastard?
like,
You.
so she's gonna sit there and like. So that essentially just says that Nori is dead. That's
Lost
what I'm
at sea.
understanding. Sacrificed herself is what it said. I am going to like slump to the ground and just be sobbing uncontrollably.
That's when you guys kind of arrive.
Are you okay, my friend?
It seems that my Nori is lost. The others went with the World Turtle, and Daenerys and Bob have passed on, but Nori is gone. Not even bones to look at.
Who is this Nori?
I point to that. I'm going to gesture to the picture. She was my life. She was my partner. And after Versi, she was everything. And I'm going to say that like barely holding it together.
You feel one sliver of hope as you remember a spell, Dirge of the DragonLords. Your only hope to see Nori again. Though you would need to
Is
find
it
her
something
body.
all of them know? Like all the DragonLords know?
Yes. Well, you would need the ability to cast it, so you would need a Crown of the DragonLords. But should you get that, you would be able to cast the spell had you had her remains, though they are not.
Am I in the right frame of mind to think about this, or is this something that Spiros is gonna have to tell me?
This, I mean, right now you're still very much in that deep depression. You remember the spell, but ultimately you sit there and go, but I don't even have her remains.
Yeah.
Do they need to be intact?
I don't believe so. Let me look at the spell.
And what level does one need to be to cast the dirge?
I believe they just need the Crown of the DragonLords.
Nope.
Or a Crown of the DragonLords, I believe.
Nope.
If you are not a spellcaster, as long as you wear the crown, you may cast. Oh,
I'm pretty sure I get it
it only
as
says
a
the other
paladin.
one, but I don't know what level spell it is currently. I need to find that, and I'm just going to use the digital version because that will be quicker. Or actually, hold on. It's in this, and this has much less pages. Case in point, I've already found the spells. It is a 3rd level necromancy spell.
Okay. I think I have to be at least level 7 to cast it.
Casting time 1 hour, range touch. Components VM. Material is an offering of gems and coins worth at least 1,000, which the spell consumes. Duration is instantaneous, and it says, you return a dead dragon that has been bonded to a DragonLord back to life. The dragon returns to life with 1 hit point. All of the dragon's mortal wounds are closed, and any missing body parts are restored. The spell also neutralizes any poisons and cures non-magical diseases that affected the dragon at the time it died. The spell does not, however, remove magical diseases, curses, or similar effects. If these aren't first removed prior to casting the spell, they take effect when the dragon returns to life.
At 7th level, I may cast the spells Bond of the DragonLords and Dirge of the DragonLords, and they require no material components when you cast them.
That's broke.
So, we just gotta go beat shit up.
It's power level time, boys.
We've hit our stride level 5.
All of a sudden, we just start like a Rocky montage of us just kicking the crap out of randomness until we're strong enough.
and so it doesn't say anything about it needing to be whole.
It does not. It even specifically says
Any lost limbs are
all of the
regrown.
dragon's mortal wounds are closed and any missing body parts are restored.
Okay. So I could go level 7. I can go bring back Belmetria.
You could.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory. You could bring back
I got it.
any
All of
dragon
them.
whose remains are here.
I have to step away for a second.
Yes.
Okay.
You would be able to bring back any dragon's remains that are here, although they would not have. Well, actually, hold on. It does specifically say they need to be both bound, but
Oh, does it have to be like my dragon specifically?
you return a dead dragon that has been. No, it just says bonded. Although,
Does it say bonded
just
to
to
you?
point this out, Bond of the Dragon Lord does have some caveats.
Yeah.
Which is important because it's the bond that ties them. A dragon that has been bonded can never be bonded with another target. Likewise, this spell cannot be used to bond more than one dragon to an individual. If the bonded dragon dies, the bonded person also dies within 24 hours unless the dragon is returned to life. You cannot be raised from the dead unless your bonded dragon is alive. The same is true for your dragon. So those are the terms, but
So I can bring back
you've heard
Phosphoria.
legends
Yeah.
that don't line up with that. You know that is how the spell works. Joel, can you hear right now?
Yeah.
Can't.
Okay. So both of you know that you've heard legends that years after the Great Disappearance had happened, the DragonLords were still active.
Okay.
Estor continued on his fight until he was lost at sea.
Okay.
So, logically, you would assume those dragons are potentially still alive, or something has affected the bond.
Okay.
Can I like dump as much energy as I can into the bond I had and see if I could feel anything?
You cannot.
No matter how hard I try? Okay.
Yeah. But it does raise the question specifically for you, Ceopheles. If when she dies, you die, have you remained for 500 years unless she's still alive again or something has affected the bond itself.
Okay. Once Spiros kind of recollects himself, he's gonna stand up and look at the painting, and he's going to say, "I'll find them, and I'll bring you back." And he's gonna like put his helmet back on and just like march back down the hallway. He's not going to look back. Do I assume I know? Sorry, there's my cinematic moment right there.
Yeah, that's your
Edgelord.
Yeah, my edgelord moment. So for the Castle of Dreams.
That was where the assault took place, yes.
Yeah. So that would be known about to Caitlin, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would she know these names?
The ones who, fell from it?
Yeah, the ones in that hall.
Yes.
What order did they belong to, Caitlin?
Again, it's the same names, so you're asking the same thing again.
Yeah.
So you're aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
What order do you think they belong to, Caitlin?
The chromatic blades and shining spears.
Why are they not in the hall with the chromatic blades and the shining spears?
Well, one, I believe it's because they were crystal dragons, as they all were. Mm-hmm. But also, I believe it's for a sense of balance. 5 tombs in the 4 corners.
I'm telling you.
I think it's time. I'm going to look up as she's talking.
It is not.
I assume you'll reconvene then?
Yeah, we're all back together.
Okay.
I'm like, don't you think it's weird that he claims to be from what is it, crystal swords? Crystal shields or something?
Crystal shields.
Right, and there's 4, there's a part of the that's got 4 crystal dragons here. And
5.
I don't think that's a little weird. Sorry, 5 crystal dragons. You don't think that's a little strange? I mean, I've set up from the Shield of the Sea, and I remember mine clear as day, and here each and every one of them is. But you're telling me he said he's crystal shields, and there's 5 crystal dragons. You're like, nope, they had to be something else. You don't think there's some weirdness going on here?
I mean, it's certainly weird.
What's weird is that this man was clearly part of the crystal shields, and
So,
it's taken from memory.
I'm going to so that emblem on the floor, I'm gonna pull the ion stone, and I'm going to pull out one of my adamantium javelins, since those can hit inorganic objects or whatever. And I'm just gonna carve. I'm gonna carve the symbol in.
Okay. I don't have that prepped, so
smaller.
I can't do that there. But
I'm carving it in. You showed me the symbol before, so I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know. Spiros is carving that shit in right now.
I'm gonna
into
help
the floor.
him. I'm gonna follow whatever direction he has and help as well.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at him when we're done.
Does Damon show up while I'm defacing the?
Yeah.
No.
As he does, I'm gonna look at him and be like, "I believe you. I don't remember you, but I believe you.
Thank you.
But you are Spiros, the rider of Phosphorion."
Yes.
And
what the hell was it we were supposed to do here anyway, other than cry?
apparently go through a shitload of feelings. There's all sorts of in our fields today.
Caitlin, what was it we were supposed to do here other than feel feelings?
Right.
I'm used to killing things, not feeling feelings.
Mental preparation would have been nice. Just
Give me 1 second to specifically bring it up.
she goes, yeah, fuck you guys.
To not fuck it up.
That's $275 an hour.
Is it down this way? Oh. No, maybe not.
Well, just hang on.
Should I go up the hallway? Wah.
You have to shape the silver fires of the Lost Forge in order to craft the tools you will need. You must claim the mighty weapons wielded against the Titans by the first DragonLord. And you must drink deep from the bottomless dragon horn, for it will reveal a vision that I cannot see, is what she said. Plus a little more.
So first DragonLord's weapons was in the center thing. Would be here. Probably. Assumedly.
Well, Caitlin speaks up, and she goes, the first DragonLord was Xander's. Is that correct? And she kind of like gestures to you two.
Yes.
So it would be his weapon, which would be the axe depicted in the mural, but the tomb of Xander is up this way, and she points up the up the map, which is a large bridge just as the others, with a number of golden statues that, upon actually now looking at them while she's pointing at them,
There's a missing one.
you all recognize them for the old DragonLords. But as you looked at the mural, Akmos, you looked at the axe. You knew exactly what it was. The axe of Xander. The thing that felled so many of your own kind. And you hear a feminine voice in your head go, "That cursed blade," as you look at it.
Interesting. The voice is right, but it's also in my head against my will.
Also,
I
before
noticed
you all
there's a
continue
statue missing.
down the upper path, I would like to point out there are the tombs of the other two orders, should you wish to pay your respects.
We don't have time to worry about them.
I don't have time for that.
Fair enough.
Hey, nobody got time for that.
Yeah, we'll look at them later.
Yeah, who
I like how Will like
10.
Will spent like weeks on this and
Will.
like, oh,
Okay, we'll go look at the other tombs so you can show off your artwork.
We've got 10
No, we're going to do
I
it.
actually did make more artwork for the other two. I just made your guys's. Too much work.
Oh, okay.
Brian, thank you. Brian was just heaping guilt.
I did, make backstories for how they all died or disappeared, whatever.
He's like, I did write the whole thing and painstakingly did it pixel by
That
pixel.
sounds like a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we only got 9 minutes. Yes. Do we wanna stop now or run and go all the way to Xander's too?
I don't think we're making it to Xander's tomb, but like
Right.
we can go down this way if you wanna.
How about, Will, let's say we went and looked at the other tombs. Can you run through the
No,
stuff?
I actually do want to go down and look at them. So can we stop here and then we'll explore the rest?
Yeah.
I feel like we'd be
Whatever you
doing your
guys want.
artwork a disservice if we don't look at it.
Yeah.
Again, no artwork over in those areas.
No, he just wrote stuff.
This will give you plenty of time to draw it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, just tell
Dun,
it
dun,
to
dun.
You're right, and I hate you for it.
Yes. All right. What do you want to do, Will?
I mean,
you wanna
we're
read the
hitting
epitaphs?
time anyway,
Yeah.
so I think it's a good stop point.
I think this was excellent. You outdid yourself on this.
Yeah, holy shit, dude.
I am
Bravo, Will.
super impressed.
All right.
And
So,
this one's actually my forte.
This
So-
Music.
I love this. So.
thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll catch you again on Monday, where we'll be talking about the 1001 Nights of Scheherazade.
I'm gonna be honest. Halfway through this, I forgot we were recording.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.